So today's video is sponsored by FakeMeats.com. I recently was emailed by FakeMeats.com to do this video, and I was so excited because I've already used FakeMeats.com. They have a huge selection of jerky, meat substitutes, and specialty items, with jerky being their biggest seller. And you can even use the drop-down menu in each category to narrow down the product selection: vegan, gluten-free, soy-free, and free shipping options to the USA for shelf-stable items. And they have the most reliable and cost-effective shipping methods available for temperature-sensitive foods. They have all of the fake meats, all of the brands that you already like and enjoy, and it is the one-stop shop for your fake meat needs. Honestly, with everything that I make on SauceStache, I really couldn't think of a better partnership. So thanks FakeMeats.com for sponsoring today's video. So, from Fake Meats, I ordered a bunch of fun stuff. We're gonna use a few of them in the video today. And the video is gonna be mostly about soy curls. I've had a lot of you message me telling me that you wanted me to try out soy curls. Now, I whipped up a few different recipes to use soy curls, and I really think you're gonna like these. I also ordered some, and I haven't got to try this stuff yet, but I was really excited about it. The Aquafaba Powder. This stuff, it's literally equal to 42 eggs. We're gonna be using this today. And then just for fun, just for my own lunch tomorrow, FakeMeats.com has a bunch of Loma Linda products. I don't know about you, but in my opinion, Loma Linda makes some of the best hot dogs. They make some really good burgers out of a can, which I know sounds weird, but these are really good burgers. I mean, it's just one of my favorite things. Let's get going on our soy curl recipes. Okay, so I have 3 bags of soy curls. We're gonna be making 3 separate recipes. 2 fairly basic, just so you can see, get the gist of it. And then the 1, we're gonna make a burger using them. So the very first thing that we wanna do is we're going to hydrate these. So we're gonna do 1 bag of Butler soy curls into a bowl, cover them with warm water, and then I'm gonna use, for this first one, a chicken stock seasoning. For this one, I'm gonna use the Better Than Bouillon No Chicken Bouillon base. You can also get this at FakeMeats.com. Okay, so these have hydrated for about a half an hour. They are looking really, really good. The cool thing with soy curls is just the way that you can peel them off, and it's just very much like the textures of meat. Even when you eat them how they are, they're not fully cooked yet, but they're really good. There's like a really nice chewy texture to them. The next thing that we're gonna do is we're just going to drain these in the sink, where all we're gonna do is just pour this liquid out. I'm gonna squeeze them in the bowl to get out as much liquid as I can. All we're gonna do is throw some oil in a frying pan, toss these into the pan as much as you can fit in your pan, don't overcrowd it. Toss them up, brown them up a little bit. Then I'm just gonna throw a basic sauce together. All we're gonna do is a little bit of soy sauce with an equal part of rice vinegar, a little bit of agave, some sesame seeds, maybe some sriracha sauce to bring up that heat. Stir this together, add a little bit of cornstarch. Look at the way these simmer. I mean, this is so easy. You can see why this is some of my favorite fake meat. I really gotta figure out how they make these, because it just soaks up the flavor. And the texture is just mind-blowing. They're one of the less known fake meats, but they're honestly some of the best. I mean, it's so useful. We just made this. Now let's make our pulled pork sandwich using the soy curls from FakeMeats.com. Okay, so for this next one, again, I'm just trying to show some really quick and easy ways to use these before we jump into our ultimate soy curl FakeMeats.com burger, which I'm really excited about. So again, whole bag of Butler soy curls. We're gonna have so much leftovers. I am really, really excited. Teaspoon of our chicken broth. We're gonna cover this with our hot water. Then we're just gonna add a teaspoon of soy sauce. You know what, just to get it that kind of meatier type of thing, let's go with 2 teaspoons of soy sauce. Pork always has like a nice natural sweetness to it. I'm gonna do a teaspoon of agave, just to bring that in. And then one of my favorite ingredients, I'm gonna add in a few pinches of mushroom extract seasoning. This stuff is like mushroom seasoning. It's like a super umami punch. I call it my magic mushroom seasoning. It's not those kind of magic mushrooms, but it really is magic. I mean, it can literally make anything taste absolutely amazing. This stuff, it's just like pure MSG, except it's not MSG. It's not monosodium glutamate. It is mushroom sodium glutamate. It is extracted mushrooms with sodium to make a super glutamate type of seasoning, which really it really packs a punch. So let's throw these in, let this sit, just like the last one. We're gonna let it sit for about a half an hour, let these soy curls hydrate up, and then we're going to make our sandwich. These have already hydrated up. All we're gonna do is drain these just like we did the last one, squeeze out as much of the liquid as you can. They are flavored up like pork. Throw a little bit of oil in the pan, toss these in the pan, some fresh chopped up onions, really minced, really fine, toss those in there with the oil, brown them up on each side. Then we're just gonna toss in however much ketchup you want. This is a toss-up recipe. A little bit of brown sugar, maybe a tablespoon, tablespoon and a half, a few drips of liquid smoke. And then this looks amazing. I'm gonna throw a little bit of water in the pan to kind of soak up some of those flavors. Let that cook down into a smoky, sweet barbecue sauce, SauceStache sauce. I just love having a pickle under the bun. And then look at this sandwich. Look at this sandwich. Again, 30 minutes to hydrate up the soy curls, and then just a few minutes in the pan, and this is a dish. I mean, wow. They really are my new favorite fake meat. Let's move on from this here and let's make a burger. So for this last one, I am beyond stoked about this one. We're gonna be making a Butler soy curl burger, which I don't think's been done. I don't think anybody's done this. I think it's gonna come out pretty phenomenal. So again, we're just gonna use the whole bag of Butler soy curls, and this time all I'm gonna do is just kind of break them up a little bit. I don't want whole, long soy curls. I just want smaller pieces. Okay, so we're not going super small, we're just going kinda small. So we wanna do some added protein. I'm gonna add some pea protein. We're just gonna do about 2 tablespoons of pea protein powder. You can use whatever protein powder you like. I personally like the pea protein powder. I think it works really well when you're making burgers. 2 tablespoons methylcellulose. Methylcellulose is a pretty phenomenal binder. Methylcellulose has a really cool gelling and emulsifying effect that works really great when it's cold. It emulsifies, creates like a gel, feels very much like when mixed with something like this, like real meat. When you heat it up, it has the tendency to firm up and tighten up, just like real meat. And then for my last binder, we're gonna use about 1/2 teaspoon of Aquafaba powder. Now let's jump into flavoring and some coloring. Now for the color, we're just gonna use some beetroot powder. We're gonna do 2 teaspoons of, let's just do 3 teaspoons. So it's actually a tablespoon of beetroot powder. Let's really give this stuff a nice kind of beetroot kind of look to it. Now for flavoring, I'm gonna start off with about 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast, a tablespoon blackstrap molasses. Blackstrap molasses is loaded with iron. That adds a hint of sweetness to it that burgers don't commonly have, but it also adds a lot of that irony flavor that makes meat taste like meat. Now this guy here is one of my new favorite things, black vinegar. Black vinegar is a really just wild vinegar. It's a vinegar that tastes like steak. It's incredible. You can find these at your local Asian markets. I love black vinegar. It is really good. We're gonna do a 1/3 cup of black vinegar. It's gonna really bring in a lot of those flavors, a lot of that vinegary kind of flavor bite that you would kind of get in a burger that's like really lightly in there. Okay, so now all I have is 2 cups of kind of cold, like tap water, warm water that we're just gonna pour in, and we're gonna mix this together really well. These soy curl chunks need to get hydrated. The methylcellulose needs to get hydrated. It's gonna look like a wet, soupy mixture, but once these are all hydrated up, this should kind of form together into more of like a beef-like consistency. So we're gonna let this sit for about 1/2 hour. That way these soy curls can kind of, you know, get hydrated up along with the methylcellulose. The methylcellulose needs to be hydrated up. So let's just cover this up. Okay, so this mixture has been sitting for a little while. It's still nice and chunky, but it will start to form together once we blend down some of these chunks. So I'm gonna throw these into a small little food processor. Just have my little Ninja food processor here. I'm not gonna fill it all the way full. We're just gonna do it a little bit at a time. Then all we're gonna do is just pulse this mixture together. Now I'm just gonna wet my hands just a little bit, and then we're gonna form this. We should be able to get probably 2 burger patties out of this one. 2 decent sized burger patties. Oh, I mean, just look at these. Look at that. These are gonna be perfect. So at this point, all we're gonna do is just throw a little bit of salt, black pepper, and some garlic powder on these. Toss them into an oiled skillet on a medium-high heat. Let them cook about 3.5 minutes on each side. We're just gonna flip them over just once. You don't have to keep flipping them unless you want to. Brown them on each side, then we're just gonna throw them on a bun with any topping you like, and you have yourself a soy curl burger. Wow.
They look awesome.
Yeah, they really do. So far, everything with the soy curls from fakemeats.com has looked really, really good. Let's give these a bite.
Cheers.
Boom, I know you're hungry.
I
think
am.
it's gonna be good burgers, baby.
Very good.
My God. That is like a real, legit, I mean, that's wild how good that looks.
It looks amazing, it tastes amazing. Crisp on the outside. Nice bite in the center. Definitely tastes meaty. It's not super, it's not like soft, it's not super firm, it's just got a nice like texture to it.
It feels like the right texture.
It's the right texture.
And the juiciness on the inside. I mean, it's like juicy. You could squeeze it and get the juice. Well, that's it. Here we go.
Yeah.
This is our dinner.
I'm really enjoying this.
Yeah, me too. Cheers, baby.